Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing another story time. These have been the videos that have been getting the most views on my channel, the most interaction. So I might as well go ahead. And I really think this topic that I'm going to be talking about today is going to be like a little series, a little maybe 3 or 4 part series. And the reason why is because this boy that I'm dealing with in this series or in this story time just has like so much in a short amount of time that happened, and within like a year and a half that happened. So y'all, I got so many little stories. So yeah, today I have a little notebook paper too with some little notes so I don't forget anything. So today we're just going to be naming this either the Instagram capper or I don't know, something similar. But yeah, so we're going to talk about how I met this guy. So this happened my junior year of college, I think, or my sophomore year of college, the summer going into my junior year of college. And I had just stopped talking to someone. So I started talking to this guy. I met him on Instagram. And let's just say that on his Instagram, you know, he was cute. He DM'd me. He liked some pictures or whatever. He DM'd me. We were talking. The communication was good. We got each other's numbers. And I think we were playing iMessage games. So we were playing iMessage games for like $1. And y'all, you know, I went on his highlights, of course. You know, every girl is going to go on your highlights when anybody that follows me, if you have highlights, 9 times out of 10, no, honestly, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to look at them, girl or boy. I'm just nosy. So, yeah, like, and I would expect for if you were to follow me, you're probably going to look at my highlights. So, yeah. So, yeah, so, when I went through his highlights, like, y'all, it was mostly money. And see, me being a little younger, me now knows that that's really a red flag. I'm going to throw up a red flag every time I say a red flag, because that's a red flag. If you go to a guy's Instagram and all he has to show or offer on his page is, oh, I count money, oh, I got on designer, 9 times out of 10, they really ain't about nothing. Let's just be honest. They be the brokest ones. But we're going to get there. So, yeah, I met him on Instagram. We started talking, started playing iMessage games and stuff. And eventually, you know, we got on the phone. And the reason we had got on the phone initially was because he got off of work at like 12 or 1 a.m. He had a good job, and he would get out, well, warehouse job, and he would get off like really late. So he was just saying like one night he was tired. So I was like, just call me. You know, me spitting a little game. Just call me, boo-boo. But yeah, so I told him to just call me or whatever. So we were on the phone. Hold on, y'all. My mama calling. All right, I'm back. I had to adjust the camera so it might be a little different. But, yeah, so we had initially got on the phone because he was getting off late. So I was telling him, you know, just call me. So, we got on the phone and, you know, we had a good little conversation. But, yeah, he was on the phone like, yeah, I work this job. I made like this amount an hour. I drive this kind of car. He told me he drive a Charger. So I'm like, okay, you know, a Charger. Like a Hellcat is an SRT. So I'm like, yeah, I'm already in my head, you know, I'm already in my head imagining me hanging out of the window. Now who's this? They're just not gonna answer. I can already imagine me like hanging out of the window, hot girl summering it up in the passenger seat with my new nigga. So like I'm already imagining this. So he like, yeah, I drive this. Like, I always wanted a car like this. Like, yeah, you like that. Like, he on the phone being a little cocky, but I'm like, I mean, you young and you lit. Why not talk about it, brag about it, do what you gotta do. So, yeah. We on the phone, you know, getting a little vibe. And he like, I'm gonna just talk to you tomorrow. I'm finally home. I got an apartment. So, in my head, I'm like, dang, like, he has an apartment. He got a car. He got a job. Like, that's really good. Because at our age, like, I think I was 19 at the time, and he was probably 21. Yeah. I think it was 19 and 21. So I'm like, that's good for his age, because a lot of people at our age are not at that level right now, especially if you're a college student. But he wasn't a college student, he just worked. So, that was cool. And we used to just talk on the phone here and there, chat on like texting, iMessage games, but we stayed in contact every day. So like it was building a vibe, it was building a bond. So one day I was cooking. And y'all, I was not a cook. I don't know why I decided to tell this boy, yeah, you can come get a plate. So I'm up in there like, he like, for real? I'm like, yeah, you can come get a plate. So yeah, I'm up in there really like cooking. Like I'm cooking like, I think I cooked fried chicken with yellow rice and biscuits. That used to be like my top meal because it was so easy to cook. So I cooked like fried chicken, little chicken wings, and some yellow rice that come in that little green pan. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, chicken flavored, but that's a hit. If you don't know how to cook, that's an easy meal right there that's going to set you apart from everybody else. The yellow rice hit different, okay? But anyway, and I cooked some biscuits. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna come get some. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm like, I'm ready to see him because I've been talking to him for some weeks now, probably about a month. And, I'm ready to see him. So he came, y'all. So I got the plate all wrapped up and ready. He comes to the door. I'm like, hey. He grabs the plate. He like, thank you. And he walks away. I'm like, that's all you came to get? I was like, you about to leave? He was like, yeah, you want me to come back? I'm like, I mean, if you want to. He was all right, I'm about to go turn off my car. No, he was like, I'm about to go tell my friend, and then I'm going to come back in the house. I was like, okay. But in my head, I'm like, so you really, because mind you, y'all, I stay in Durham. He stayed in a town 30 minutes away. So I'm like, why would you drive all the way over here to come get a plate? Like, you're not going to try to chill and hang out at least? Like, I don't know. That was just weird to me. But either way, he came back in the house, and y'all, like, when I tell y'all that we like connected, we clicked, like, he was talking to me like he was, you could tell, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, he was a hood nigga. And like, but he was like very like well spoken in a way. He kind of like talked about mental health and stuff, like, and I'm a psychology major, so that type of stuff, it attracts me when you're in touch with that type of thing, like your mental health. Mental health is power. But anyway, don't let me get to preaching out here. But anyway, so count how many times I say but anyway, really. Because I say that so much. But anyway, he had came over, we were talking and stuff, and we really caught a vibe, but I just know, like, I noticed that he was just talking a lot about the things that he was doing with his ex. So we got into like past relationships and stuff, y'all, anytime you start talking about a boy and his ex or his ex-girlfriend, they're always going to make it seem like, nah, like she was doing this to me, she was a bad person. And y'all, honestly, I feel so dumb because, like I said, I was younger. I'm 22 now, which is not that much older, but I know now that anytime a boy just sits around and brings up his ex and down talks her, most of the time he still wants to be with her. He still wants her. Like, y'all, don't be like me. Don't get caught up. But this story is not about him and his crazy ex. That's actually going to be the next story. So I'm going to pause with that. But just remember, he had a crazy ex that he was talking about the whole time that he came and see me the first night. And she would come up very often. But like I said, y'all, let's just pause on that and let's continue. So, the first night, what else did I write down? He was telling me about his past life, and he was how can I say this in YouTube terms? He was a street pharmacist. So what he did before he got into his warehouse job was not very legal, but that's what he did, and that didn't scare me at all because one thing about it, I'm from the South, I'm from the country, and a lot of people in my family don't work a real job. That's all I'm going to say. So that didn't like take me back or nothing like that. So it wasn't no problem for me. But me now, like, I don't want that. But back then, that really didn't matter to me. So yeah, like he told me about him being a felon or whatever. And honestly, y'all, I'm lying. Like, I already knew he was a felon. So let me stop. When the first, like, during our conversations of us texting, of course I did a background check. I Googled him. Not like a real background check, but of course I Googled this nigga. So I Googled him and I seen his mugshot. And his mugshot said, I think it was felony for drugs and a shoom charge. Yeah. So I already knew that, but he told me that on our first night. So I was like, oh really? You know, dang, like that's crazy. Like, well, tell me what happened. He told me the story or whatever, typical, whatever. So the second time I seen him, which was the next day, he left my apartment that night. He was just like, yeah, like I'm a fuck with you, basically. So he texted me the next morning. We were chatting and stuff. And he was like, you want to come watch this? You want to watch this movie on Netflix? No, I'm lying. He was like, what you doing today? And it was a Friday. And so I was in summer classes at the time. And I remember Friday we didn't have classes. So I was like, probably nothing. Probably just, you know, chill out for the day because I don't have classes. He was like, oh, well, you want to watch a movie or something? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And, you know, it was kind of weird to me that you're going to invite yourself over. Because if you're going to ask me, do I want to watch a movie, I'm expecting you to be like, let's go to your apartment, you know, like your apartment. But you're saying let's come to my apartment, which was okay with me because I didn't really feel comfortable going to your apartment anyway. So anyway, so let's just keep on going. Yeah, he came over or whatever. Like I said, the vibe was still good. Everything was still good. We watched a TV show. We watched like 2 episodes before we started talking again. And he ended up saying like, yeah, I gotta go get ready for work or something like that. It was something he had to go do. And he was like, but we were talking about the movies or whatever. I was talking about this Samuel L. Jackson movie that was coming out. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a part 2. I think it's called Shaft. Yeah, I'm gonna see what day that came out so I can have a good timeline of this. I think it's called like Shaft 2 or something like that. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna look it up or whatever. But yeah, I wanted to go see Shaft. So he had texted me and was like, so do you want to go to the movies tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Mind you, y'all, I'm coming from a situation where I don't really do much. Like, we didn't do anything together. So somebody asking me to go to the movies, I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm down. So we go, I talked to him or whatever for the rest of the day through texting, through phone calls. He calling me on his breaks. Everything was good, y'all. Like, everything was good. Like, we watched movies. And he was very respectful. Like, even when he came to my apartment, those days that he came and watched movies with me or whatever, he didn't even sit on my bed. Like, I would be sitting on my bed and he would be sitting in my little chair that I had beside my bed. So, like, I didn't feel uncomfortable going with him to the movies or nothing like that. So yeah. This is when like the problems kind of started. I wouldn't say started, but I just feel like they were kind of weird. Like, it was red flags. Like, I don't know. So like I said, he asked me to go with him to the movies. I went with him to the movies. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the text that I received, like maybe 3 hours before we went to the movies. He was like, hey, do you mind paying for your own movie ticket because I don't want it to feel like a date? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, that's fine, because like we weren't flirting or anything. We were really just friends, but it was just like, do you like I thought you liked me, and if you like me, making me buy my own movie ticket is not the move. That's not the way to my heart, making me buy my own movie ticket. But I was like, okay, I guess he doesn't like me. So it was kind of weird. Like, it was like that kind of threw me back. But I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just am I giving gold digger? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, why am I expecting him to pay for my movie ticket? But then I'm like, you asked me, because I told you I wanted to go, and you asked me that I want to go, so you could have paid for the movie ticket. But I don't know, y'all. I just respected his wishes, and I was just like, okay. And to me, now, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Because if you come in my DMs with hard eyes and stuff, you're not looking to be my friend. You're looking for something on a different level to me. Like, you're not coming to me as a friend. But, you know, whatever. We went to the movies. We drove separate because where I lived was about, he lived in, like I said, 30 minutes away. And where I lived was about 10 minutes from the mall. And the mall is where the movie theater was. So we went to the movies. I met him there. And this was like my first time seeing him in like real clothes, because every time I would see him, it was in like sweatpants, some Nike slides, and like a white tee, you know, regular nigga stuff. But y'all, when I seen him, I pulled up to the movies and I got on, you know what? I'm going to insert a video of me from that night, because I remember this is like my first time going on a date in a minute, and I had a bunny, and I remember, and I had this green shirt that had crosses in it with some black high-waisted jeans and some sandals and like a little cute bag. And he had on some jean shorts, some dark denim jean shorts with a faded camo shirt and some wheat colored Jordans. Y'all, I just, that's not really my vibe. Like, I'm not saying you gotta be missed to put that shit on, but something gotta give. Like, why are you, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I put that shit on, but I don't know. Like, if y'all would have seen the outfit, y'all would be like, oh no, it just wasn't giving. But so I walked up or whatever. I scanned my ticket. I was like, hey, how you doing? He went to the concession stand. He asked me did I want anything. I was like, no, I'm fine or whatever. And actually, I'm lying. He asked me did I want anything. I was like, yeah, give me a Pepsi. He was like, okay. So he got me a Pepsi or whatever. And I went ahead and went to the seats. I went ahead and sat down because, I mean, it was just awkward. Like, I don't know. It just felt awkward because it was our first time, I guess, being out. It wasn't like he didn't like address the issue like, oh, you look good. Nice to see you today. Like, it was just like, hey. I was like, hey, you want something for the concessions? So, yeah. So, I went and sat down at the movies or whatever. We were talking when he came back to the seat. It was good vibes, but like, he was just like, he was saying like something. He was like, yeah, it's just like when you meet somebody, like we were just talking about like, I don't know, random stuff. He was just like, when you meet somebody that just brings a positive light onto you, it's like something you don't want to let go. And I was like, is he talking about me? But like the way he was saying to y'all, it was like he was low-key insinuating it was about me. So I was like, I think he liked me. But y'all, he had just told me that he don't like me in a way, because you just told me I don't want it to seem like a date. So is this not a date? So that means you don't like me. This is very friendly. So I was confused. But anyway, so the movies went good or whatever. He walked me to my car. You know, everything was good. The next morning, I get a text. It's like, good morning. I'm like, good morning back, you know, usual stuff. And the text is like, can I call you? Are you busy? I'm like, no, I'm not. So he's like, okay, I'm about to call you. And like, it took about 10 minutes before the call came in. It's like, okay. So he calls me, y'all. And when he calls me, he's like, beating around the bush about something. He like, I just got something to tell you. I'm like, what? He like, I just got something to tell you. I'm like, what? Like, it's like I want to know so bad. I'm thinking, is he gonna tell me like, I don't want to talk to you, I got a girlfriend, I got a baby? Like, I'm thinking it's something like that, because y'all, he is like, I promise you, we were on the phone for like 15 minutes before he spit that shit out. Like, we were on the phone for a long time before he actually spit that shit out. So I'm like, what? He like, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to tell you, man. I'm like, what? I'm not judging you. Just tell me what it is. So he like, I like you, man. I like you. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm in between, like, oh, okay, like the reason why my reaction was like, okay, was because like you just told me you didn't want it to seem like a date. Like, y'all, I'm still going back to that. So I'm just like, okay, if you like me, why you make me pay for my own thing at the movies? Mind you, when I'm looking at your highlights on Instagram, you got a lot of money. So what's a $10 movie ticket or a $20 movie ticket to you? Like, to me, I'm like, maybe I'm just not worth about it. Maybe I'm just not. I mean, not worth about it. Maybe I'm just not worth it. I don't know. I'm not worth a $20 movie ticket. Damn. So, yeah, y'all. Let's see what I got next up here. So yeah, like after that, y'all, after that day, we really became inseparable. Like, we started going out to eat all the time. We started going to the movies. He would come stay the night with me. But, you know, it was all like good vibes. Like, it was good vibes. And like, this all happened within like 2 or 3 weeks. I met his mom. Like, we went out to eat with his mom. His mom liked me. It was a good little vibe to me, y'all. Like, honestly, like, it was a good vibe. So it was this is when I knew, like, he started really, like, falling back on his word. Before, it was all like my girl get whatever she wants. She spoiled all of this. Like, I did this for my ex. I did that for my ex. I'm this type of nigga, like, y'all. And what I will say, like, after that movie situation, like, when it came to us going out, we would go out to eat, like, I say about I say every weekend. We went out to eat like every weekend, and for about 3 weeks in a row, like, he paid for it every time. He did, and he used to come pick me up. So that was sweet too. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he did. Mind you, I said he stayed 30 minutes out of the way. I stayed in Durham, and we were going back to the city he stayed in to do activities. Then he had to drop me back off and then go back to where he stayed. So, like, you know, he did put in a lot of effort to show me that he wanted to spend time with me. Anytime he was trying to spend it with me, and I appreciated that, because time is the most valuable thing. That's all I can say. So it was about maybe our first week of dating. Like, he asked me to be his girlfriend. Like, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and y'all, I said yes after only knowing him for like a month. But like, when I tell y'all that month was perfect, like, that month was perfect, y'all. We went to Carowinds. We went on so many dates. Like, he came and seen me like every day. Like, y'all, everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. Like, he was all about me. Everything was about me, y'all. He paid for my bundles and my hair. Like, y'all, he was that. He was that. He was the first guy to ever, like, show me like some good stuff. But then it was like, y'all, all that stuff like slowly stopped, and it was no issue with it, but I was just like, something's not right. Like, it's okay if you fall on hard times, but don't lie. Or it's okay if you just up at a moment and you just have money to spare in that moment, so it's easy for you to splurge, knowing that that's not your regular lifestyle. So that's exactly what was going on in this situation. At the time, the guy was just up on good times. Like, he was just up on like really good times. It wasn't because he had money this whole time. It was because he was up on a good time when I met him. So it was like he was living this lifestyle, but it really wasn't. And I started to really see that, because I'm not dumb, but I started to see it. Like, the puzzle pieces started coming together. You're really not up how you say. You're not up. You have a good job, but you're not up how you say. Like, y'all, he was saying like thousands of dollars and stuff, but no, it was giving hundreds, and hundreds with an S is a real stretch. Okay. Anyway, so like the first week of us actually dating, because like I said, he asked me to be his girlfriend. That's when I started noticing stuff was changing. Like, nah, something not right here, buddy. So he had we were starting to go out. He was like, hey, babe, like, this week I'm gonna need you to cover everything when we go out, because I just don't have the funds. And, you know, for me, like, I'm not for the covering funds and stuff, but I did it for him because, like I said, he was doing a lot for me. Like, I told y'all, he bought my bundles. That's money. Like, it was no part of me that made me think like, oh, he's not gonna pay me back for this, or it's not like he is not, you know, like, what's wrong with me doing something for you when you've done so much for me? Like, no matter what, I never had to pay for anything for the month that I known you. Like, we were good. Like, I thought that you had money, And I thought that I was good paying for a whole week or a whole weekend of us doing activities. So y'all, I agreed. I said, yeah, that's fine. I remember specifically we went to Outback Steakhouse, which for my 19-year-old pockets was a lot. We went to Pelicans every day. We went to the movies, all the fast food we went to, like, cause we didn't cook like that. We went out all the time. Like, I was paying for it all. And mind y'all, like, I was working at Harris Teeter. I don't have no business paying for this stuff. But, you know, I did it because, like I said, you done so much for me. Like, I don't have no bills or nothing. Why can't I do it for you? So, you know, I started noticing stuff was changing. And also, y'all, this was another red flag that I forgot to put in the beginning of this video. So, the first time that he came and, like, picked me up, the first time he came and picked me up for a date, like, during us, after the movie situation and us actually going on regular dates, the first time he came and picked me up, remember how I said he was on the phone talking about, I got a charger. Yeah, this shit fast. Da 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 da. Like, this the top of the line, y'all. I'm not car shaming nobody because I'm driving a little 2013 Hyundai Elantra, okay? And I'm proud about it. It's paid off and it's mine, okay? So don't think I'm car shaming nobody. But don't tell me you up here like this and you got a this. Don't do that, because why are you lying? I hate a liar. Like, you're such an Instagram capper. Like, or you're such a, like, yeah, you're an Instagram capper. You're a capper. You're a liar. So, y'all, the first time he came and picked me up, mind you, on the phone, he telling me he got, like, one of the newest chargers and stuff like that. Why he come and pick me up, and at the time, like I said, it was about 2019, 2020, and the charger he had was like a 2014. And I'm going to put a picture of the type of charger he had versus the new model charger that was out at the time. And they two different body styles. Like, they're two different types. Like, this is not a Hellcat SRT. This is not what JT was talking about and said some. And it's okay. But why did you lie? Why did you lie? Like, did you not think that I wasn't going to ever see your car? Did you think I was that dumb? Like, I don't know. I just felt like, why lie? Like, that right there showed me your character a little bit. So that right there, it showed me like you're really a capper. But anyway, let's go back to what I was talking about. Oh, and no, actually, stop. Let's rewind again. And when I got in the charger, y'all, I swear to y'all, the first like 2 weeks of him coming to pick me up and stuff, like, y'all, I get in the charger. And I'm walking to the charger. I'm like, okay, hey, you know. But in my head, I'm like, this is not the type of charger he said he had, but okay. So I get in the charger or whatever, y'all. Why when we backing out and turning? I don't know if any of y'all have ever had like a bad wheel bearing and it make that loud screeching, scrubbing noise. Why that's what his car was doing. And not only that, y'all, it was doing that every time we stopped. Like, if we stopped at a red light, if we stopped at a stop sign, if we were parking, like, it made this loud, obnoxious sound, and it was just so embarrassing. He was like, yeah, I gotta go get my car fixed. But I'm just like, you bragging about your car, you bragging about how much money you got, but you riding around sounding loud as hell. Like, it's not giving what you said it was giving, but I don't know, y'all. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, like, he was lying. He was definitely lying. But yeah. So after that, go back to, like I said, the first week of us dating. I was paying for everything. You know, he never really reimbursed me for that. Like, I never got reimbursed. Nothing happened. And he never really got all the way back on his feet again. Like, it started becoming like, oh, I don't have it, or oh, we can't go here, or can you pay for this? And it was just like, you always had all this money on Instagram, but where is it at now? Like, it just became a lot to like take on the burden of somebody being one way when y'all first got together and you expecting them to still be that way, but they're clearly showing you that no, like, this is me, this is who I am, and that's that. Like, it was a lot, like, to adjust to. I will say that. So, yeah, like I remember the first time I went to his apartment, he had picked me up one day. He was just like, we can chill here for a little while. So I'm like, cool. And remind you, y'all, I don't think I told y'all this, but he had told me that while he was talking about a situation with him and his crazy ex, he had mentioned that they had two dogs together at their apartment that they used to share, and that she didn't want to take care of the dog that he got specifically for her, so she just left it with him. So both of the dogs were at his apartment. So in my opinion, like, he's taking care of them and stuff, right? So yeah, so we go to his apartment one day, and another thing, he told me like, yeah, my apartment is this and that, like, but y'all, my apartment is better than his, and I don't stay in the best. I don't stay in no top dog luxury apartment, but his apartment was, it wasn't giving what he said it was giving. So that was another thing that he kind of not lied about, but made seem better than what it was. That's what I'll say. And so when we pulled up to his apartment, y'all, we got out, went to the door, whatever. It was giving a little ghetto, but we went to the door, whatever. And y'all, when he opened the door, the smell of pee it just smacked the fuck out of me. The smell of pee hit me so hard. Like, y'all, if you are a dog owner, which I am, I have been a dog owner for 3 years now, and I know that it's hard training a dog, especially if you have carpet. But no, as a dog owner, you have to be more clean than a normal person would be. You have to make sure you taking your dog out. You have to make sure you have your dog potty trained, crate trained, something, so that the dog is not just around here peeing on your carpet. And it's just like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I walked in and like, his apartment was just not nothing like he said it was. Like, I walked in, it was one little couch or whatever, which is fine. Like, y'all, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with his apartment. The thing was, you made your apartment seem like it was something 10 times bigger than it was. I'm expecting to come to a luxury apartment, and I'm coming to something on the south side. Okay. I'm expecting to walk into luxury apartments, and I'm walking into something totally opposite. So that's why I'm saying these things. So when I walked in or whatever, y'all, I put my right hand up to God. This happened. A roach greeted us at the door. A roach greeted us at the door. And I'm like, so now, y'all, I'm walking in like I'm literally like, oh Lord, where am I at? What Nene Leak say? What Nene say? But yeah, so y'all, I'm really in total disgust. And he like, yeah, my bad, my dog's been out all day. And I'm like, where the dogs at? Like, I'm over here talking like, where the dogs at? He like, I'm gonna open the windows and stuff. I know it smell like pee. Like, I ain't got nobody to watch them. And I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all, that was nothing. That was not even the worst part. When we walked down the hallway, because he had his dogs in like a separate room. The apartment was a 3-bedroom. One room was a room that him and his friend used to stay in before another situation happened with the crazy ex that I'll tell y'all about later. Him and his crazy ex used to sleep in, and then he had a room for the dogs. The room for the dogs, y'all, when I tell y'all, he opened the door and the smell it became piss, pee, feces, and just that mixed together and clumped into that room, y'all. That was the most disgusting smell. It took my breath away. I literally said, I had to walk back outside to catch the door, like the air. And the dogs were like so happy to get out like that. And don't get me wrong, y'all, the dogs were like pretty dogs. They were Yorkies. It was a boy dog and a girl dog. And y'all, the dogs were beautiful dogs, and they were really sweet, friendly. But it was just the level of disgust, y'all. Like, it was feces and pee all over that room. And when he opened the door, it smelled so bad, like so bad. So he goes in there and he starts cleaning up one by one the piles of feces, and I'm standing outside. He like, you need some air. I was like, yeah, I just need some air. I'm standing outside catching my breath. And y'all, when I tell y'all that right there should have like really made me start talking to him. Like, but the story he had behind it, the sob story was, yeah, like, I don't have nobody here to help me. My ex left me here with both of the dogs. Like, no responsibility. I have all this responsibility. I work this hour to this hour. Because he went in at the beginning of the day. He didn't get off until, like, basically the next day. So it was just like he was working all day. And he didn't have anyone to watch out his dogs. All his family was an hour away. So I got it. I understand. But sorry, baby. Something got to give. So, yeah, I'm going to pause right there. And we're going to go into the next story time, which will probably be posted on Friday. We're gonna go and dive into the crazy ex and further into our relationship after I started realizing what type of person he was. Because at this point, I have now realized that you're not the guy that I met on Instagram. You're an Instagram capper, but I like you. I really do like you. You're a sweet person. You're nice. You've never been mean to me. So what reason do I have, except for your apartment and your lying ways? Which was enough at the time. But I'm just so done. Right now, that's enough. I'm going to leave you. Because that's disgusting and you're a liar. But me at the time, it didn't really set it to me like, girl, why are you talking to this nigga? But so like, damn. But so yeah, like, y'all. Y'all just hold on. Because I'm telling y'all part 2 or episode 2, however I'm going to sort this out. Stay tuned because, y'all, this guy, we're going to name him Trey. Remember that. His name is going to be Trey. Trey stressed me out, okay? And his crazy ex, like, y'all, I've never been through a situation like this. Like, y'all. Stay tuned, though. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter while I be talking all that rah. Yeah, follow me. And yeah, if you're not subscribed to me, I don't know why you're here, because only people who are subscribed to me get to watch my channel. So why are you here? Yeah. But anyway, y'all, this is the end of this video. Stay tuned for episode 2 of this toxic Instagram capper relationship, however I'm going to title it. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll see you the next time.